exciting turn of events, the defendant in what's now being called the income inequality trial took the stand today. This comes on the heels of the prosecution's star witness, the young employee claiming he was paid less than the mandated minimum wage, who is set to take the stand later.
Are you nervous, Tommy?
A little bit.
It's okay. You have nothing to worry about. Just tell the truth. Isn't it true you reported your employer to the authorities because you felt like you were being exploited? That while he broke the law by paying you less than the legal minimum wage, he also helped facilitate the income inequality in this country.
Objection. Leading the witness.
Sustained. Counselor, get to your point.
My apologies, Your Honor. Can you tell the court about the events that led the defendant to offer you less than the legal minimum wage?
I wanted a job, make a little money to help out my mom, but no one would hire me. I've been in and out of trouble, and, well, you know the story.
Tell us about how you came to work for the defendant.
I asked him for the job, but he said he couldn't afford it.
That's when he offered you an amount lower than the legal minimum wage. It's okay, Thomas. Just tell the court what happened.
I asked him if we could work it out.
We? That's not what you said in your deposition. You said that he offered you an amount that was lower than the legal.
That was my mom. When she found out what Mr. Carville was paying me, she made me call the police.
Your mom?
She said I deserved the minimum wage. It was all her idea.
Order! I will have quiet in my court.
No further questions, Your Honor.
As day 5 of the income inequality trial begins to wind down, the prosecution has begun its closing argument.
Now, I know that this has been a complicated case. Upon first blush, should have been a simple one. The defendant broke the law when he did not pay his employee what the law requires. But this is much more than that. It is about income inequality. And what's on trial here is the notion that government intervention is the best tool to eradicate this. I'm confident that you all will come back with a guilty verdict.
Let's talk about fairness. You know, I'm sure all of you hate those Wall Street bankers who influenced our government, helped them rewrite laws that only benefited them. And we all dislike inequality when it's a result of a rigged system, because it's just not fair. But that's not what's at work in this case, or the minimum wage. My client didn't rig the system for his personal gain. He took a risk. He took a risk and he offered the plaintiff an opportunity. An opportunity that both men agreed would make each other better off. Now that's the first step in the ladder to something more.
Minimum wage?
Minimum wage removes the first rung of that ladder and expects somebody else to pay for it. Is that fair? And if we truly want to reduce inequality, you tell me, how does preventing a young man from getting his first steady job achieve that goal? That's not fair either. Do the right thing.
I ask you now to retire to the jury room to begin deliberating. Now, while this case discussed income inequality, the defendant has been charged with breaking the law.
So what does everyone think?
He broke the law. End of discussion.
If we let the state set a minimum wage, will they set a maximum wage?
People who don't work hard don't deserve a minimum wage.
Someone needs to protect workers from being exploited.
Why can't they just be free to make up their own minds?
This new minimum wage law is going to hurt people trying to get their first jobs.
If you don't protect the working poor, the 1% is just going to keep taking and taking.
Let's get one thing out of the way. The store owner broke the law. I think we can all agree on that. But this trial is about income inequality. Did any of you really know what that meant before this? Well, it's a really big issue and an important one. I think it warrants a serious discussion.
Can't take it anymore. When are they going to decide?
My gut says we're good, but
But your gut has been wrong before.
Tommy's testimony really helped us.
Then why is he pacing?
I'm nervous. Not about losing. This case is more than just saving your reputation. It's more than us just winning. It's about preserving freedom.
No, I have to admit it. You two ran a great defense.
That's snark or sarcasm?
Neither. Just tell me one thing. How'd you get the kid to flip?
We didn't do anything.
Tommy came to his senses.
Wish I could believe you. Doesn't matter. You're going to lose.
We're back in session. All rise.
Foreman, has the jury reached a decision?
We have, Your Honor. We find the defendant guilty.
Justice was served today, and a strong message was sent regarding income inequality, an issue that has been defined by this generation. If we refocus our energies on building an economy that grows for everyone...
I wish we could have done more.
I know you don't like to lose.
So much more than that.
I know. Tommy?
Excuse me. I'm sorry to bother you. The judge said it was okay to talk to you now that the trial's over. Yes. I just wanted you to know that you really moved me.
We did?
I wasn't the only one.
But you eventually found for the prosecution.
Well, it all came down to the law, and your client clearly broke it, but...
What?
Well, let's just say that before the trial, I was 100% behind the new minimum wage law.
And now?
I'm starting to rethink what income inequality really means. Thank you.
We got to one person. Depending on how you look at it, that could be considered a win.
It's a first step.
You ready for this fight? It's gonna get rough.
You see that?
What am I looking at?
You have to ask.
You're right.
Invincible.